Hi! Welcome back! I'm glad you joined us today. We're here at Third Universe Comics, and first and foremost, a nice shout out to both Tabletop Audio and Sick Boy Art for helping us out with this wonderful stream. And unfortunately, we didn't get to play last week, but we are playing this week. I hope we're going to have a little bit longer of a session. And really, without any further ado, let's get back into Out of the Third Abyss. So, last time, we had a nice introduction to our characters and their wonderful predicament where they have found themselves in the prison encampment of Velkenvelve, deep within the Underdark somewhere. They have found themselves imprisoned with a few other prisoners, including a few deep gnomes, looks to be a sentient mushroom, an orc with a bad attitude, and not so much an inferiority complex. A fish person, and a giant hulking Quaggoth that thinks he's an elf. And we ended last time after a very hard day's worth of labor, as everyone bedded down to go to sleep for the night, as everyone had these strange and very disturbing dreams, nightmares even, with entities with heads spreading out of their necks and slithering tentacles all over the place, and oozes dripping down all over the place, and feelings of claustrophobia and just an impending sense of dread. Adon, this actually feels kind of familiar to you as you all wake up seemingly rested, as this is not the first time you've experienced this. A couple times before. Again. A couple times before, during your hermitage, you have experienced things similar to this. Still disturbing, but unfortunately not new.
Okay. Hopefully that makes it any better.
Hopefully. So as you are all coming to, and everyone else is beginning to wake up, there is a rattle at the cage where all of you wonderful prisoners are being held, as you see Shore standing there, the lieutenant to Ilvara, your warden mistress. And he said, "Hey, you lot, the mistress wants entertainment today. So, let's see. You, the pair of humans, you, the pair of short people, gnomes they're called, and yeah, you, the dwarf. Yeah, you're gonna be our entertainment for today." And he opens the door, and 5 guards come in and not so gently pick you up, and not dragging, but the next best thing to escorting you out of this cage. As the other Quaggoth in the cell, Prince Darendel and Jimjar, are also taken out, as you hear one of the guards point to them, "All right, you're going to be operating the lift. You've done this before. You know what to do." And 2 guards get into the lift, and both Adon and Trent are put into the lift, as Prince Darendel and Jimjar start manually cranking this lift down as it slowly descends from where you are up on the high stalactites of Velkenvelve, down slowly, as you could see the waterfall off to your left. Right, sorry. Left, right, what's that? As you're slowly being lowered down, the waterfall roaring past as it creates this pool down below. And as the lift finally cranks down to the bottom, you see another contingent of guards that are there waiting for you, as you are released out onto the floor, the ground of the Underdark, finally, where you are escorted over to these other guards and held while the lift gets cranked back up. And now Travello and Fetter, you are loaded into the lift with another contingent of guards, and that is lowered down, cranked slowly. The whole thing takes about 30 seconds to go from top to bottom, but each second feels like a minute as it's just slowly lowered down. It couldn't go any faster as you're held in with these guards that care not for you as we're slowly lowered down to the base. Once again with Eldith and 3 guards as she is lowered down as well until you are all finally right there. Among the guards that you are brought to be a part of, Mistress Ilvara is there, and she comes up to you and clears her throat, and she doesn't sound anything like she did the night prior. She has a completely new emphases on different words, new accent. It's like another person he's speaking through. Welcome down to the base now. You are going to be my entertainment for this evening. And then she changes again. Be fighting one of the sickly Wagoths that has not been able to do well these past few days. You do this, you entertain me. You fail, you entertain me with death. Have fun. As she escorts you along with the contingent of guards over in this neck of the woods, right by the shore of where the this small pool meets the ground of the Underdark. Let's get all of you down here so that we can have some fun.
Stefan, would it have been possible to gauge how high we are off there? Because we can't see the bottom because of the darkness typically, right?
You can't. You know what? Give me a second here. Is a actual height here. Tell you?
Trilvello is just wondering whether or not leaping into the water is a viable option in the future,
Right?
or
Yeah.
if that is certain death.
Okay, it is about 100 feet up.
Okay.
Does that mean I can see the bottom?
You can.
Cool. Also, how many guards were on the lift with us when we were going down 2 at a time?
2. You get the sense based on both Adon and Trent, and then Travello and Fetter, that it's typically 4 passengers per lift ride. However, when the sickly Quagoth was lowered, he was the only one in there. And it's a big guy. So let's get you over here. So we got Ravello, and we have Eldith, and we have Trent, and we have, I think that's Trent. Yep. We have Don. We have Fetter. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just leaning over to Adon, being like, "This is the thick one. It's very big. It looks very strong."
And you can see that this Quagoth is holding itself not as proudly or as menacingly as the others you've seen have. This one is kind of laboring for breath a little bit. It's more hunched over than the other ones. You could see some like black vein marks on its neck. Looks like it maybe got poisoned by something that they couldn't cure or didn't feel like curing. You don't know.
Okay.
but it's still looking at you like it wants to rip you to shreds. As the other guards begin to surround you and make this perimeter. And you could see that Shore kind of pushes Jorlan forward a little bit, enjoying every second of it, as he kind of looks behind him and scowls with the left side of his face still burned and scarred and mutilated, as he turns back to you and just says, right. And
suppose we get
I'd
our
like you all to roll
equipment?
initiative for me, please.
Initiative. Oh. All right.
Excellent, excellent.
Ooh, eager, raring to go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't get into the turn tracker. I'm not sure why.
I think you have to have your token selected to get.
Yeah, so
okay.
select your token
Automatic.
and then click initiative on your character sheet. So
But you can also adjust your own initiative once you're on there. I don't know how our DM will rule if the initial critical success will stand or the new one. will.
well, what was the first initiative that you rolled?
Rolled 20.
Oh yeah, then 24 it is.
All right.
Yeah,
But I can
that's
do
fine.
it again to get onto the sheet.
The initiative is that. Oh, good. All right, so Travello, we've got Feder, we've got Trent, it looks like. No, we've got Adon. We're still waiting on Trent.
I did already.
Oh, okay, there you are. All right, I'll add him. Trent, boom.
It's a 7.
Was that a question for me?
No, you're waiting for me, and I said I already did it. It's a 7.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So as Jorlan gives the go to go, so just as a description, you are still manacled. However, the chain going from your hand manacles up to your neck has been removed. So you're still bound, and you can't really get your hands further apart than this, but you have more of a range of motion now because you're not bound by your neck. Your feet are your feet have shackles on them, but they're not chained, so your movement is your movement. Looks like first up we have who is this? Adon.
Are my hands free enough for spellcasting?
Yes, so you can do somatic something. However, any spell that you still need materials for, you can cast.
Right. And not having the material bag, does that,
Correct.
which is essentially my focus, does that mean I
Right.
can't cast anything? I forget how that detail works because
So,
usually always have it.
right. Any spell that has material at all, you can't cast.
Okay.
So
Got
you
it,
can
okay,
only
okay.
cast spells that have verbal, somatic, or both.
All right. Well, this does not look like a situation I want to be in any longer than I have to be. I will clap my hands together, point them at the Ugoth before it gets any closer, and fire off a series of magic missiles at it.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so as you get your hands ready to go, and as you prepare to cast, these three
times,
little
right?
points on your fingers just as
Are they like glowing?
3, 3,
Big
and
glow,
2.
yes.
All right, so 6, so that's 8.
They're like bright.
Yes. Stay back.
Can I use them to identify where I am because I don't have night vision?
Oh no.
So I want to use that light as a reminder who's
Yes.
where
Okay,
and first
so
who.
let's do that. Don, you had cast magic missile, but that doesn't matter because it's not a range attack. Never mind. All right, so Trent, you are here. That's right. You can't see anything. So let's see if we can't fix that. Thought we had fixed that.
He's a human, so if there's no light sources down here,
Right.
he
They're
would
missing.
be right.
Like,
Is
I
that
don't know.
fun for these drow?
I don't know if you're allowed this, but when you are a soldier or a police officer, the minimal amount of light could be helpful to identify where you are. So if you don't mind,
Sure.
I would just like to play it as a damn magic missile. Just give me a hint of where's
Yeah.
everyone.
Perfect. Okay, so let's How are we gonna do this? All right, so can you see that ping?
Yes.
Can you see that pin, Chago?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now this is where you are. This is
Mhm.
where that burst of light came from.
Okay.
That's where it hit rather. So you could see that Adon is here, that cast, and this is his target right next to him. So you're about 10 feet away, give or take.
Okay.
Right? So Adon, are you doing anything else? Staying right next to it?
Backing up would safely backing up would require an action, not a move, correct?
Right, that is a disengage action.
Yeah, okay. So I will stay where I am.
Okay. All right. Next up we have Trevello.
Yeah, Trilvello is very stressed out about this, but my first question to you, Stefan, is the lady priestess Ilvara.
Yeah.
Where is she in relation to us?
Let me show you. So she is fairly far back. She is here-ish.
Can you do that thing one more time?
You can see that ping, right?
I did not see that ping. Maybe I had the turn order covering it.
Oh,
One more time.
hopefully I was on the right layer. Can you see that now?
Yes. Okay,
Yeah, so
she's back.
there-ish.
Great. Okay, so here's what Trilvello does. First thing he does is he reaches out a hand and pats our yet unnamed drunkard friend.
That's right, you still don't know his name.
We still don't know your name, but I pat him on the calf, and I say to him, look, sometimes you just have to make a choice and do it as quickly as possible, and it doesn't matter what choice it is, but I believe in you. And I cast Bardic Inspiration on him.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. And then I'm gonna leg it, because I don't know how long this thing's arms are, but I'm gonna go 25 feet back to get away from it. And I'm going to cast Detect Magic near the priestess, because I'm curious what is going on with her
Okay.
voice and if there's some sort of magical effect going on.
All right, so we are going to give you you're inspired. Okay. That's a good thing for it. Okay, so you cast Detect Magic.
Yes. So anything within 30 feet of me, I know if it is. I see a faint aura, and I can learn its school of magic if there is magic present and it has a school.
Okay. So let's go over here. Over here.
Put a little 30-foot aura. That's what I can see within, magic-wise. Trent, just so you know, it is a D6 that you can add. That's what I get at my level. So you can add that to most D20 rolls, but only once, and only within the next 10 minutes.
Nice. Nice.
Here. Okay. And so you learn the School of Magic, if any, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If I see anything that has a magical aura about it.
Okay, so you definitely do see a magical aura. I don't suppose you can see that aura, can you? Okay.
No.
All right. So that's fine. So what we are gonna do is, you know what? To heck with it. To heck with it. We're gonna do this. Okay. So that's the ping that you get.
Cool.
And you can see that?
Yes.
Okay. So she is standing roughly there.
Okay.
And actually, he would be standing right there. So you get the sense that Ilvara is just naturally magic.
Okay.
You
Just spellcaster. Yeah.
right. Sure, you don't get that same aura of this is a spellcaster off of him. However, you do see that there is a rod that he has that has an aura about it. No school attached to it, but it is giving off an aura of magic.
Okay. Probably that wand of glue that one of our, I think, Buppido was telling us about. Okay, but no evidence of like charm type enchantment magic on Princess or Priestess Ilvara, like she's being controlled or anything.
No
spell effect of that nature. Okay, cool. That's my turn. Movement, bonus action, action.
Okay. All right. So next up, we have Fetter.
Quick question: did Eldith get initiative?
Oh, she
Is she
did not.
joining
Thank
us?
you for reminding me.
Good question.
So we're gonna roll her in real quick. All right, so I'll have her go at the top of the round, and then we'll go from there. So, cool.
Oh, all right. So I am painfully close to this Quaggoth, and I don't wish to be, but there's not much I can do about that. So I think I'm going to look at Adon for a second, realize he is also too close, and I don't really want him to be taking the brunt of that either. So I'm just going to very slowly and regrettably reach out to touch the Quaggoth and try and cast Inflict Wounds upon him.
Okay. All right. Make a touch attack. Okay,
Nice.
yeah, 23 will definitely hit. Get over there. Yeah, definitely hit. All right, as you reach out and touch the thing, as it tries to reel back, as it is in the middle of going for a strike against a target unknown, you take that opportunity to reach out and grab onto this Quaggoth, and you can see that the black veins that are a part of this thing, even though everything is in grayscale, it's pronounced by how vividly not colorful these veins are as they start going all over this thing's body as you wound it. As the words escape me.
I'd also like to tell him that I'm sorry, brother, as I touch him and make him feel pain.
Sure. Okay.
And I think that's going to be it, because I don't want to try and run away.
Okay. Trent, drunkard unknown. So, again, you are here. The light was here.
Okay, so since all the noise that I'm hearing when the lights came in,
Yeah.
did I notice the big ugly blob there?
Did you notice the what?
Like I know he's there.
Oh, yeah. So you saw the lights from the magic missile go from Adon and light up the Quaggoth, and you saw exactly where both Adon and the Quaggoth were, for more than a brief instant, maybe a second and a half.
Okay, the distance between us is
About 10
bigger
feet.
or lesser after the attacks.
You don't think any party has moved yet. You didn't
so-
hear anybody shuffle really far away. Like there is some shuffling generally, but not the footsteps of running away, save for one person, but they sounded like small footprints. Small footsteps rather.
Okay, so bear with me. Since I have my legs free but not my arms,
Yeah.
I will try to do a flip to get closer.
Okay.
Like, have you seen wrestling?
Yes.
Okay, you know who's the Great Muda?
I
No?
don't know who that. I've seen wrestling. I don't follow it.
Okay. Let's think. I'm sorry about those who are not familiar with wrestling, but I'm a huge fan. So let's imagine that I'm here.
Yeah.
And he's there, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do a backflip, jump, and with my chains trying to choke him down.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna first. I'd like you to make me an acrobatics check. You know what? Usually grapples are based off strength, but because of how you're describing this is going to be an acrobatics-based grapple.
He's far.
Okay. All right. Wow. Good roll. Okay. So I really don't want to roll high. I want to see this. I want to see this work. And he can choose athletics or acrobatics to try and avoid this. So he's kind of a bigger dude. Nope.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to say that I'm supposed to say that he encouraged me that he's magic, right?
Yeah, I gave you bardic
Yeah.
inspiration. I think you need to say it.
Yeah. So
before...
you need to announce that you're using bardic inspiration before, after you roll, but before I tell you whether or not it succeeds. But it doesn't matter because the Quaggoth rolled terribly.
Okay.
So as you backflip and alley-oop, and you spread apart your chains as far as they'll go, and you loop it around its neck, and based on you are here. Okay. So, because you succeeded by so much, I'll let you decide whether or not you want to bring him into the water.
The water.
Yeah, because you're right next to the water. You can hear the falls, and you can hear the water lapping up against the shore. So, and you're really close to it. You can feel the spray on your legs.
Okay, so just throwing him to the water, right? That's
Yeah,
what
then
we're
he
talking
moves
about.
So, I'm
Okay.
sorry, say again?
That's what we're talking about. Throwing him into the water.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now,
let's do that. Yes.
keep in mind, if you go into the water, you might go with him. Because you are attached to him.
Can I just choke him in the floor?
Yeah, done. Totally done. So, because you had so much momentum, he's not restrained, but he's grappled, his speed is 0, and you are both prone. So you've kind of like, I guess pile drived him, or the next best thing, as you loop your chains around and right to the ground, as there's this solid crash, as this thing is getting angrier and angrier, and you can hear the labored breaths getting more and more intense. This thing is mad. So are you doing anything else? That was your movement and your action. Do you have a bonus action to do anything with?
Is that bonus action could possibly be another attack or no?
No, it would, specific class features would tell you whether or not you have a bonus action attack. Like monks have it. As a fighter at level 1, I don't think you have that.
So I want to No, if I move, that counts as a move, right?
Yeah. So that's your movement and your action.
I think I'm just gonna be ready for the next attack for the
Perfect.
next turn.
All right. The Krogoth goes. Well, it was going to attack the gnome that kind of pelted it, and then it was going to attack the other gnome that, the human that made it really sickly. But now it's going to attack the guy that brought it to the ground. So it can't get up because its speed is 0 because it's still grappled. It's not going to try to get out, but it is going to take one giant claw and whoop right on top of you, Trent. So this is going to be okay. So this is 1d. Let's put it there. 1d20 plus that. You know, it'd help if I did the r/. Ooh, a natural 1. So it's trying to get to you, but because you have it in such an advantageous position for you, it can't quite get to you. But in its flailing, it rakes across and does a second attack against our good friend Adon over here with the magic missiles. So that's does a 13 hit your AC, Adon?
It does not.
It does not.
Up out of the way as he comes out,
Ooh.
as his claw reaches out.
Okay, and you could see it coming as it just completely telegraphs this claw strike as it's flailing on the ground trying to get up and can't. And that is all it can do, really. So that is the end of its turn. Eldith is paralyzed with fear. She doesn't know what to do. She can barely see this thing. You can hear her breath getting more and more labored. She doesn't know what to do. She moves a little bit this way just to see if she can get a closer view of this, and that's all she does. Top of the round, Adon.
All right. Guards, the Ilvara in the back, do they seem to be responding to this at all?
They're laughing. They're all laughing, and you hear one of the guards like, "Ah, man!" and you hear the very distinct exchanging of coins. But they're all generally snickering at the whole event that's going on.
Okay, and the Quaggoth, I probably should have taken a closer look at him to start, but is there any hint of, like, I don't know, intelligence in his eyes, or is it just rage at this point?
You've seen from the Quaggoths that are roaming around that they are intelligent. They do talk, though not often. This one is grunting and kind of mumbling under its breath, but it's mostly in just a pain-induced rage at this point.
All right. I don't see a way out of this peacefully. I clap my hands together, and a very low bell sound rings out, at least to him.
Holy dead.
And I toll the dead at him.
All right.
Which will be the on the right if he
Yeah.
else.
Okay. At that point, you can see his whole body reverberates as it goes still for a minute, and then like all of its veins begin to get that really black pulsating to it, as like half of this thing is now covered in these black veins, as it like you could see like its shoulder dislocates and then relocates, and like all of its joints are popping as it starts to bellow in this rage, as it an immediate action which it is going to use to try and get out of the grapple. That's +3. Okay. It's an opposed roll, so make me. This would be an athletics check at this point, because you're trying to hold him there. So, Chago, I need you to roll me an athletics check for me, please, for Trent. And unfortunately, it's not enough, as this thing rips the chain around from off of its neck and stands up, and it's ready for another bout.
Wait.
Yeah.
Rip the chains.
No,
Do I have,
rip it off. They're not broken. Rip it from around its neck. Yeah, no, good catch. That is its action though, so it got a free action once it was hurt enough, but that's it. So Adana, are you doing anything else?
It's standing up now.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Trilvello.
Right. Trilvello glances at Priestess Ilvara, remembering that we're meant to be doing a performance for these people. I say nice and loudly, honestly, it's a rather brilliant evolutionary trait that these kinds reside here in the Underdark. I imagine being able to see one another in clear light would have decimated the mating process and left them extinct. And I cast vicious mockery at it.
At it or at Ilvara?
No. This is at the Quagga.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
I'm not starting stuff with the priestess yet.
Because the mating ritual can be taken two very different ways depending on who you targeted.
No. This is at the Quagga, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. And does not make it with a 3.
Okay, so he'll take just 3 psychic damage, and his next attack roll has disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, are you done?
I think maybe I'll just like skirt over this way and like peek down this hallway, not intending to flee, but just like, what's over here?
You try to, but there is a contingent of guards that starts right here. So that's as far as you get before some of them push you back. Actually, make a strength or athletics, athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
All right. Oh, my athletics is way worse. We'll do an acrobatics. Natural 1.
Okay. Well, they didn't put too much effort into it. They're just trying to push you back, but you tripped over a rock and poof, now you're knocked prone.
Yeah.
Get back into the fight. All right. We have Fetter.
Would I be at all cognizant of the effects of Travello's spell, or probably not at this point?
You saw that. You heard him say these things, and you kind of like chuckled inside. You didn't want to break your persona and your stoicness, but you chuckle a little bit, and you saw that the rage, for just a split second, died down a little bit. Huh? So it looks like it did affect it somewhat.
I don't know if that's enough for me to risk trying to walk away from this. I think I'm going to have to disengage and run back, or rather hobble back by Travello.
All right.
And that's about all I can do for right now, because I don't want to risk taking a swing from this thing.
All right, you're moving your full speed?
5, 10, 15. A little short, just like one spot to the right of Travello.
Okay. So right there?
That'll work.
Okay. All right, and you are reminded of how difficult it is to move under pressure, but you're still able to do it. Excuse me, do you have a bonus action that you'd like to use?
I do not. Can I see it all down that path now that I'm kind of in eyesight of it, that he was trying to look down before?
You see that it's a path, but there's nothing really special about it other than it's a path. Oh, but you have extreme dark vision. So you do see that it goes down for a little bit, and then it starts to veer off to one side. So it does take a turn, so you can't see past that turn, but you do see that it does turn.
Gotcha.
Whatever that's worth.
Then I'm all set.
All right. All right. Our favorite drunkard. You are currently prone, with a raging Krogoth standing over you. What are you doing?
Okay, so I heard a lot of footsteps, so I think that I'm by myself and this brute. But
What are you doing?
let me try this. I will try. How high is this creature?
How high is the what?
How high is the creature?
Oh, the creature is he's about 8 feet tall. When it's its normal height, it's slouching a little bit, so maybe it's about 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just gonna jump and with my inner thigh on his face, push him down to the floor again.
All right, you're gonna try to knock him prone again.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be another athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics. So whenever you are pushing somebody or trying to move somebody, it's athletics, except under unique circumstances like your double backflip, because that was a very finesse thing to do. So.
Okay, so since I'm doing this with the whole intention, knock him down.
Yep.
Could I use the benefit that my friend Trivello gave me now?
Yes, you can. So, so why don't you roll? And if you're not satisfied with the roll, you can add a d6, but I don't think it's gonna do too much. So
Can we save that for next time?
save for next time. All right. All right. So as you try to push it, this time it's ready for you, and it just takes the brunt of your knee and just it's like it's foaming at the mouth now, and you can see that actually you can't see, but you can hear bits of spittle dropping down to the floor by your feet, and it's taken a while for the spittle to hit the floor, meaning that this thing is up on its haunches now, it's trying to stand tall, looking like it's big and powerful, and it's not fun. Are you doing anything else? Do you want to move, or are you all set?
I want to stand in a preemptive stance, waiting for the hit because I know I'm gonna get one.
Okay. All right. So you're
Can I
preparing
do that?
yourself for what's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's coming. So it is going to attack you first. Mister trying to knock me down. Get back up again. 1d20 plus that. So
Vicious Mockery could be in effect.
This is his
yeah.
first
So
attack, right?
it is an effect. So he is rolling with disadvantage. However, because of his enraged state, he's rolling with advantage. So this is a solid roll. However, it's only for his first attack. Yeah. Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So first attack is a 14 to your AC. Does that hit, Trent?
It's 13, so I think yes.
Yep. All right. So this is 1d a lot. Okay, so you suffer 9 points of damage as it turns to Adon, who is also standing next to you, who also did damage, and it is going to attack you as well. Wow.
I'm knocked down.
You're knocked out?
Am I knocked down?
Okay. So as it swipes at you, and you just it did. No, you should have 12 hit points. Yeah,
Yeah, -9.
is 3.
Yeah, so I'm knocked down, right?
No, you have 3 hit points left. I mean, you're still standing up. I mean, you're definitely woozy, but you're still on your feet. You're like, yeah, I can still do this. It's like in fact, you're probably used to this state more than you are when you're standing normal, because now it's like, oh, hey, this is guy drunk. All right, so
I'm strong just another form of being drunk.
Yeah,
so.
there you go.
Perks.
So Adon, it goes to ravage you, but it is so angry. It's so angry that it's missing more than it's hitting now.
Okay.
And man, oh man, you're counting yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Eldith is going to take a page out of Trent's book, and she is going to try and tackle this thing into the water. So she's going to run up and just, and straight into this thing. Let's see. All right, not have that. All right, cool. So this is, yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Go to the classic D201.
Yep.
That will definitely do it.
Yep. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. So she got that, and he is going to try and resist. Which he does. So she goes and tries to move it, and he moves a little bit, but not by much. And now this hulking thing, raging thing, is standing above her, and her face just drops. Adon.
All right. Seeing what that thing just did to Trent, I think I need to stop pushing my luck. I will use the disengage for my action, and then where can I get to over by the other guys that the guards are not going to push me away?
So the first 2 squares from the wall, so like 1, 2 squares are all encompassed by guards, basically.
Okay. So then if I move to here, that would be reasonable?
Yeah, and it's at this point that the 3 of you have retreated from this fight, that the guards start pushing you all back in. They're encroaching. They're making this circle smaller because they want you to fight this thing.
Yeah.
So you are all pushed 1 closer. So you go there, and yep, perfect.
Okay.
All right.
This is my first time seeing the dynamic lighting. It's pretty cool.
Right. I'm still getting used to it. All right. Are you doing anything else?
Nope, that was my action, my move.
Okay.
I got nothing left.
Gravello! Was a fine fellow.
Yeah, I stand up first after having been pushed to the ground by these guards, and I see Trent grievously wounded. I hold out a hand in his direction. I say, "Get on up. We very much need you. Remember, this fight matters." And I'll cast Healing Word on him.
All right.
To give him 5 healing back. That's my bonus action. And then with my action, I can still cast a cantrip, right?
Correct.
With an action.
Correct.
Yeah, cool. I guess I'll lean over to Adon and say, I'm beginning to suspect we might have an elemental on our hands. Is there such a thing as a stupidity elemental? And then I cast Mockery.
Excellent.
That's 1 damage. If it even hits, we'll see.
I liked it.
Alas.
Yeah. Not
Forgot
one
no
of my zingers.
stupid. Okay, so Trent, you have healed. Good. All right, so that's you. Better.
I'll look over my shoulder at Ilvara and Shore back there and just kind of shake my head and be like, "Is this really your idea of fun?" And then I'm going to turn back around to the Quaggoth and I'm going to snap my fingers to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right. Take a flip.
Which is not a very big flame, apparently.
So you mash up a light. Can I see with that light?
Well, he fails, so he takes the 1 point of damage. All right.
And then I'm going to go say 2 squares right and then 1 square diagonal, so I'm like halfway between Travello and Eldith pretty much.
Right there.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. Next up, we have our punch drunk favorite Trent. What are we doing?
The usual. Fighting monsters. Okay, so our little friend tried to push him, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are they standing now?
They're still standing, but like, you can see, like, you can just barely see her outline right next to you, and she's like, her hands are like this, as though she just pushed him, and she's like still, like, her jaw is like astounded that she wasn't able to even move this thing.
Okay, so just for good measure.
Yep.
It's not such a long distance to actually have to run, right? I don't have to run.
No, so you're right up next to it. So you could just like try to shove him again. You could attack him again. You could punch him. You could chokehold, strangle him, whatever you want.
Okay, so I want to jump on top of her shoulders, jump higher, and when I come down, I want to kick him. So when I'm done, I'm gonna be in front of her, looking at her. So I will try to kiss her.
Okay, great. So make an acrobatics check, please.
Battlefield.
Second episode, Papa. No fillers here.
Oh my goodness.
So that's what acrobatics now,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Because-
absolutely. Woo! Okay.
knows what it.
So you are trying to bring this guy down again, right?
Yeah, it's like she's like this.
Yeah.
So I will jump from her shoulders
Mhm.
high. So when I go down, I kick him with all my weight.
Okay.
And then when I fell down in front of her,
Uh-huh.
I just want to kiss her, like, like a pocket kiss.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to. All right. So this is going to be an attack roll. No, this is just a shove. So because you're not using your weight to bring him down like you did last time. You're using your legs to kind of kick him. This is going to be athletics. So
That roll doesn't count?
That was to successfully vault off of the dwarf's shoulders to be able to get into the position to kick him.
Okay.
And it was a high DC, and you met it. So now I want you to roll an athletics check for me, and you still have that inspiration.
That I will use because I don't want to die in this game.
Okay. All right.
So here we go.
All right. And now
D6.
roll a d6 as well.
I'm looking for the D6.
Perfect. Okay, so you have a 13 total. So let's see if the Quaggoth resists.
Please dodge.
Oh my god.
Luck of the Irish, man.
Okay. So, for those with the blessing of being able to see in the dark, you are treated to the sight of this drunkard, yet to be named human that has this really poor attitude that pushes this Quaggoth, gets pushed back, pushes him again, gets pushed back, and this time takes a running leap, vaults off of this dwarf's shoulders, who is not at all expecting this, and is like, as he vaults up, comes down, kicks with all of his weight back, knocks the Quaggoth down and into the water.
He's really doing it.
Landing with elegant grace, and as his legs are absorbing the impact as he's down, just and gets back up. Perfection painted with the words.
That was not bad.
Eldith was and is stunned by this, doesn't know what to think, It's the Quaggoth's turn now. So I need to look something up here because I wasn't expecting this.
I wonder how long Trent has harbored these feelings for our Elda. I don't think I've caught any wayward glances in our cell. This is a surprise to me. I definitely turned to Adon and said, I didn't know those two had a thing going.
I didn't either.
I don't think she does either.
I'll turn around and look at you and just solemnly shake my head with no facial expression
okay.
whatsoever.
So, as the Quaggoth gets knocked into the water, as it's trying to get up, you see something. You can't quite tell what it is, Trent, because you're really the only one close enough to see. Better, you can kind of see because of your superior dark vision, and you're close enough that something, some kind of amorphous something, comes up out of the water and just wraps around the torso of this Quaggoth and pulls it back into the water. And you see that there is a significant amount of splashing and flailing around, and then less, and then the splashing gets less, and then it stops. That was unexpected.
3 years!
There, are you entertained?
As you hear the most pathetic golf clap you've ever heard, just
A la Happy Gilmore.
from Ilvara. I suppose that will do. Up you go. And it's weird, like her voice is constantly modulating, like and like it's going through different sounds, and you can't quite tell if she's trying to do this or if this is just something that happens naturally. It's off-putting. And as the guards begin escorting you one by one, or two by two rather, back into the lift, as the group is shouted at to start raising the lift. And Jim Jar yells down, it's only me. Can I get some help? There's oh, it smells. Oh, it smells. Oh God. And eventually you see another figure, another short figure. You're not quite sure who it is. Begin helping with the crank as slowly you are cranked back up, two by two, until you finally reach the landing, and you are all brought into your cell to see the completely disturbing and gut-wrenching sight of a completely eviscerated Prince Darendelle lying in the cell. Completely torn open, ribcage split open, organs lying all over the place, blood everywhere. It smells awful.
Why did they put him back in the cage?
And we're gonna put Trent there. And right back to where you.
Just a quick thing. So I continued to have detect magic on. Did it stop once I entered the cage because of the anti-magic? It does. Okay.
Did
I pick up anything on the way
you
out?
entered the cage, even. So it's like as you approached the bars, right? So you took a step to approach the bars, and that's when it ended.
Got it.
So,
cool.
And from that, in fact, roll me an Arcana check for me.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
So from that, you can kind of extrapolate based on your goings in and out, and then having something activated and going in. Your best guess: this is a dome that's surrounding the pen, the prisoner pen, and that the edge of the dome goes just past the cage.
Okay. Cool. What's going on with Prince Darendel?
Was he the one we just fought?
No.
No.
So Prince
Okay.
Darendale is also a Quaggoth.
Yes.
But a different Quaggoth. He
Okay,
had
that's what I thought.
he had prisoner garb on as opposed to the Quaggoth you fought, which was buck nude. But Prince Darendale, I guess technically still wearing clothing. Just
You say eviscerated, so he's dead.
yeah, not moving. Like something went from the top of the neck all the way down to the bottom of the sternum, and just open up like a biology class in 10th grade where he dissected that frog. And organs have been removed.
Could I possibly medicine check to see if I can tell possibly what did it and what was removed and all that good stuff?
Yeah, go right ahead. Wow, wild medicine check. All you can tell is that a not sharp knife did this. You can tell that much. But as to what did it, who did it, how it was done, as he's cut open and his organs are not where they're supposed to be.
I turned to Jim Jar, because they were working the lift together, right?
So it was, Jim Jar and Prince Darendale, yeah.
Yeah. Jim Jar, what happened to Prince Darendale?
I don't know. We brought the lift down, and then we went about our chores, cleaning, and I had to stack some stupid rocks, and then I heard a kind of gurgle. So I went back, and there he was. Okay. Yeah, better, I will bet you 2 gold that you don't know what happened.
Shh, Baba, I got this. Don't worry.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
To the side. You smart one. I'm talking to Trevallo.
Okay.
Yes.
Do the touching thing you did before so I can feel better.
I'm afraid I'm all spent. I've got nothing left in me. I could make fun of you, but that's about it.
You can try, that's for sure. What happened? Why can you do that there and not here? What's the difference?
So much, several reasons actually. I probably couldn't make fun of you in a meaningful way inside the cell. It seems that we are bereft of magic here inside the cell. In addition, I've already used up all my magic reserves to heal you the one time, and I had another investigative spell prepared at one point, but 2 have been rid of.
Oh, you're talking too funny to me though, like.
I've used up all my healing juice.
Chill. What? Are you like in a magical chain or something that you can't do magic now or something like that?
Yes, everywhere in this room, no magics.
So last time I checked, something must be in this place for you to do that, right? Like
Maybe.
someone say something, or someone draw something, or someone open something, right? Yes?
Yeah, there's probably an anti-magic field of some kind. Honestly, right now, you're talking about being healed. Our good friend, Prince Darendale, has been split from chin to groin. I'm very much concerned about his being.
And what's new? He was already dead.
Oh, I've been split like this before.
If his blood can help you to write some stuff so you can do magic,
I don't believe that I feel quite comfortable reappropriating the good prince's blood. But actually, really quick, now that you mention it, if he's dead, he said that he was polymorphed. I don't know if that stops when you die, but is that like an Arcana check I can do or something? Yeah, okay. Also, if he was polymorphed and he was in an anti-magic cell, wait a minute. Hold on. So 9 Arcana just to piece that together, but
it is a fairly rudimentary spell based on the time that you have spent being a learned person. you don't know how to do it. You haven't really delved into how to make polymorph work, but the basics is polymorph lasts until concentration ends or until dispelled, usually. And since you're in an anti-magic field, well,
So either he was lying to me, or there was a difference. I don't know. This is weird.
No, our drunkard friend might actually have a good point. Maybe we should take a look around and see if we can find the source of this null magic field. I doubt it's inside the cell, but it couldn't hurt to look.
Well, maybe we can get out and see something. So, can I just go to the door and start like, "Hey, someone's here"?
Someone's very hurt.
Let's say he gets shot again.
I need another shot.
It's the closest thing to alcohol you've had in 12 days.
Here, follow my trend there.
yeah. So,
A dangerous addiction.
Mind you, I'm not driving.
You guys start looking around. Trent, you're it's like, hey, I need a drink or something. Thank you, Brian.
But when I'm in the cell door doing this, is there a chance that I can reach out and try to touch the walls?
Yeah. So it's a gate. It's got bars on it. They're not terribly far apart. So it's maybe about my head actually. So you can stick your arm out and kind of touch the wall on the side. You can't get out, but you can definitely touch the wall.
So you, the one who touched people, Feather, the one who touched people and then make them puke. I don't know how you do that, but that's cool as hell. Can you help me here? Trying to find something.
I suppose I can walk over to the other side of the wall and gate and give the wall a little feel.
Such a sunshine. Such a sunshine.
All right.
So I'm just trying to figure out something. I don't know.
What are you trying to achieve?
Like if there's some carvings or something on the wall, maybe a way that I can break the door.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I would be looking for anything that doesn't feel like smooth, solid rock that should be here.
Okay. Make an investigation check with advantage because Trent is helping you and kind of pointing you in the direction that he wants you to look and investigate. Okay. So as you're feeling around, you do feel where the gate is quite literally bolted into the side of this rock. You feel the where the hinges are and where it's anchored, but other than that, there's nothing really there of note. There aren't any carvings. There's nothing to indicate that any kind of spell is on the cell based on where you're looking.
Just seems like a gate and some rocks, I'm afraid.
So you didn't find anything to drink there?
Not unless you can unhinge the gate from the rocks themselves.
I go back to my corner.
All right. At this point, the Jorling comes by with your lunch, which is strange. Usually one of the guards has been bringing your lunch. In fact, only guards have been bringing your lunch. To see a higher echelon drow bring something to the prisoners, let alone interact with them. And he starts passing the thin bowls of soup through one at a time. And he just has like this 1,000 yards there.
I'd like to kind of motion Travello over since I'm at the front, and as he's coming up, I'm gonna... Oh no, I can't cast guidance, we're in the cell. So I'll just motion Travello over and kind of like motion towards Jorlan because I have a feeling he's the best talker of our bunch.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, I'll come to the door as well. And what do I want to say to this guy? I guess I'll start with Jordan, was it?
Yeah.
Thank you for the soup. I'm surprised to see you doling out meals. You seemed more like sort of a lieutenant around here. They don't have someone else to do this?
You can see the quiver in his lip.
I mean no disrespect. It seems like a shock to me. You're obviously a capable, talented. You caught myself and
listen to
Adan
me.
up on the surface not long ago.
You listen to me. And he gets in real close, like face touching the bars. I gave you a to get out of here. You gonna take it?
Yes, of course. Instantaneously. Why would you do such a thing?
Politics.
Ah, say no more.
Next guard change. And then he just...
Right. I take the like bowls of soup or like stew, the mushroom gruel that we've been given, and I make a point to like pass them out to everyone, and I communicate something of what was said to Adan, certainly, Better, Shushar,
I can
Buffeto, and Elda, and Topsy and Turvy. I do not tell Ront, Stool, Sereth, or Trent as of yet. Or yeah, as of yet. He's been a little unpredictable, but I kind of like just say, you know, to each of them in you know, whispered words. Dorlan has suggested there might be an opportunity to escape at the next change of guard.
Intriguing.
So I'm sorry. Who did
It's a trap, but we can't really get more trap than this.
of the NPCs? Who did you tell?
Eldith, Topsy and Turvy, Shushar, Buffeto. Would have told Darendel. I'm really quick. I'm devastated that Darendel was dead. I was very invested in his whole thing.
All right, so Bubido, Eldith, Topsy Turvy, and
Buffeto. I don't tell Jim Jar because I don't think he's good at keeping secrets.
Okay. You
I
told
don't
Shushar as well.
Drow, and I don't tell Stool because he and Sereth are like, I don't know, something. I don't tell Ront because he scares me.
So, Bubido, Eldith, Shushar, Topsy Turvy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
When do guard changes happen? Like, when should we expect that?
So they generally change every 8 hours or so.
Okay.
And the guard changed while you were down doing your thing down below. So
Gotcha.
you've got a bit. However, after the soup has been passed out and the conversations have been had, Topsy looks at you as you give her soup. What's it? You know what the moon is? No, I already asked you. Okay.
I'm familiar with the moon. I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the phase though.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
It's like they've got very like skittish movements, like like every little sound, like you see like something like going off there, like going back and forth. It's like it's like it's like when a cat is kind of resting and like some innocuous unknown sound happens. They're like, ah, what was that? Ah!
Do they seem young? Like, are these like Svirfneblin kids?
They're not kids. You are also
Regardless, Trilvello sees a little bit of his kids in these two because he's got a son and a daughter.
They're definitely younger than you, but they're not children.
Sure.
In human terms, you would be like in your 60s. They're in their mid 20s.
Okay. Yeah, that's like around where my kids are. They're like in their gnome 40s right now. I think I'd just quickly like lay a hand on, Topsy's shoulder, and I'd say, look, I understand that we're all in a scary position here, but we're going to get out of here, and if you would like to see the moon, I'm sure we will have an opportunity when it arises.
No, and hides her face in the bowl.
Right. Okay. Well, you certainly won't be seeing the moon down here. We'll get you somewhere where you're safe from the moon. Trilvello has lost the plot at this point. He's just trying to.
Am I privy to this conversation?
Yeah. So, like any conversation that goes on in the cell, everyone can hear unless you're explicitly telling me that you're whispering.
So I have my own theories on what may cause her distress. Is there any sort of role, like insight or history or anything that I could transfer that into game knowledge?
Yeah, roll me an insight check for me.
Not great.
As far as you could tell, this just looks like a phobia.
Edward, do you know anything about were creatures?
I wouldn't imagine so, given my history.
Would I know what to look for?
Just stories, perhaps.
So that would be, if you're thinking about those specifically, roll me nature.
Nature.
Yeah. So.
Awesome, though.
All right. Well, that was the DC. Throughout your studies and trying to be as learned as you can, and before you really went into your hermitage, you've heard about. I mean, everyone's heard about werewolves, but it's one thing to know about werewolves, and it's another thing entirely to know what people go through if they are part of that culture. And this seems very much like somebody knows what's coming and they don't want it to happen.
Would it happen if they're underground and they can't see the moon?
Because you rolled that, yes. Line of sight to the moon is irrelevant when it comes to were creatures.
Okay. I will let Feder and Trilvello know about my suspicions as to why these two are acting so funny.
It would explain their obsession with the moon's phase.
Just a hunch right now, but considering how freaked out they are, it'd be bad to be stuck in here with them if that does happen.
Certainly so.
On the other hand, a potentially good distraction if we're out and about by then.
That's true. While I've got the two of you here, I'm hesitating on bringing Ront and Sareth and Stool and Trent, or I guess we still don't know his name.
That's right.
And our fellow combatant into the fold in regards to this escape. I'm wondering if you had any thoughts. We could use all of us, but I worry about their natures. and I'm trying to be quiet for this conversation.
Well, we're all locked in here together. I think all want to get out, and it was one hell of a move that guy played back there. He could probably be quite helpful. I'm not the best judge of character.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He is definitely good at making a ruckus, should that work either for or against our favor.
But if we're looking to do this at quite the right time, maybe fill them in a little closer to it.
Do I hear? I do hear them, right?
Hear us
Yeah,
It's trying to be
whispering,
quiet.
catch our words. Yeah. Probably some furtive glances at you. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you want to join in on this conversation, just let me know.
I just want to make a movement, maybe like coughing or something, so they know I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
mean, easy
honestly,
enough
I
to
don't-
do. I mean, Trent is not the most subtle of individuals. As wily and as dexterous as he is, when it comes to social interactions, he may or may not be lacking.
I think when you cough, Trilville kind of comes to his senses, and what Adon and Feder were saying about, like, you know, we're all going to be moving at the same time. If this happens, everyone needs to be on the same page. I think I kind of like
I
step up, motion for everyone to like listen up for a second, and I say, we all find ourselves in a unenviable position. I know for my part, dying deep within the Underdark was never part of my plan. I have people waiting for me above ground. I don't know what you all have waiting for you, but it's probably better than what we have in here. We have an opportunity coming, the next change of guard. Jorlan has suggested that there may be an opportunity for escape. I
Says,
Well, unless you're talking about wine or beer, I don't really care what you were talking about back there. But I will tell you this: I have people waiting for me in a very, very high place, and I want to meet them again. So, in order to do that, if I have to help you, whatever you're doing, or whatever you're talking, or whatever you're saying, whatever, I'll do it. Actually, I like you. I'm gonna make sure that you being out of here. But since that day come, just let me sleep for a little while. And when you whisper with a rhythm so I can sleep with a lullaby, okay?
understood. I think I turned to Better and I asked him, what is it that you have waiting for you outside of these walls?
Ah,
Oh, sorry, I speak few languages, but stupidity is not one of them. So what you said again?
I was asking Feder what he has waiting for him outside of these prison walls.
just the streets of Baldur's Gate, really, but it is home all the same. A home I would like to return to.
Will Ilmater condone escaping from bondage? It seems like the sort of thing that he would permit is a lifetime of imprisonment, unless I'm greatly misunderstood.
I do not believe that is really what he intends, more so that he is there for the people that face such imprisonment, to relieve their burdens and perhaps see better days.
Could you lead us in a prayer for our hopeful escape? We could use all the help we could get.
I'll lower my head, put a hand up towards Travello here. In the name of Ilmater, may we all perhaps see these better days, escape this bondage, and perhaps, should he be willing, not face anything similar in any days to come, soon or later.
Read them, please. Read them. Trying to sleep here.
Shushar pipes up. Well spoken. The cleric says that. And if we are to get out with the E word, should we need a place to go, they can get us to Sloop if we are in anywhere close to the Dark Lake.
Yeah, I think I look to Jimjar, to Topsy and Turi, and to Bupido, and I say, are there other safe havens that we can perhaps seek out, depending on where we find ourselves within your Underdark?
Well, yeah, I mean, we can, Bupido pipes up. I mean, we can always go to, Gracklestug. That's a, city of, no offense to you, lovely Eldith, but, your, Underdark cousins, and they are, not the most inviting types, but, man, can they use a forge. We can get some, A+ gear there. But, from what I understand, it's a bit of a trek. Bit of a trek from here. Stool would pipe up. A lot of names, sorry. Stool would pipe up. Excited. There is also Neverlight Grove. That is where I come from. Reverently, you can meet the leader of our wonderful troop. They will show you safe haven. Topsy and Turvy kind of talk in unison at this point, which is a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also Blingdenstone. I'd rather not go there. That's where we came from, and I don't want to go back. No. But there's that.
And Jimjar is from there as well, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, we'll have to burn those bridges when we get to them. First things first.
No. It's less about burning bridges and more about how much are you willing to wager. Come on.
Well, how about this, Jimjar? When our escape comes, I'll bet you...
E-word.
When our E-word comes, I'll bet you 10 gold you can't recover my harmonica by the time we abscond from here.
Ha! I will be 10 gold richer.
You don't already have my harmonica, do you?
Kind of pats himself and he kind of turns. He turns around, and when he turns, like, he does like a ooh, look at me spin. And when he turns back around, he's got like 10 gold in his hand, and you have no idea where it came from. No harmonica, sorry.
You've always got something squirreled away, so I just had to make sure the bet was in good faith.
And he goes, whew, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Who currently has the bolt with the poison left on it?
That would be you.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can we say I scrolled that away, like in the back of the cave, like our cell, because I have nowhere to keep it. All right. So I'm gonna go back and grab the bolts and the gold coin that I found before. I'm gonna hand both of them to Jimjar and say, you know, I've met many a people with talents such as yourself, and I found them to be quite useful in these situations. How about you hold on to this, and I will leave it up to you to decide when it should best be used.
Oh, I can't wait for this. And the bolt and gold are just gone. Like, you have no idea where this guy's putting this stuff. But it's... And I think with that, now that we have a significant amount of planning underway, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. Because my legs need to be stretched. And then we'll come back and we'll see how the E word goes. So, ladies and gents, see you in 5. Toodles. Some planning has occurred, some plotting has occurred, the E word has been said, and there was no E word. So as you are talking about this, and as wagers have been exchanged, some currency and other items have been exchanged and vanished. You are all set out on your menial tasks for the day. And as you're split up and doing whatever it is the guards are looking for you to do, let it be rearranging pillows or sweeping up the temple with the giant spider statue in it with the glowing eyes. I would like everyone to make me a perception check, please. And this is to see if you can spot anything of use that you can squirrel away while on your cleaning duties. Wow.
Good job, guys. I'm not pulling my weight in this one.
It's all right. Okay, so let's get over here.
A little worried I'm using up all my luck right now.
Stefan, just a quick housekeeping question. How much time has elapsed since the fight? Have we gotten any short rest or long rest
Yeah,
time?
so that planning was a short rest.
Okay.
And definitely not a long rest. But from the time that the fight ended to where you are now, it's been about 5 hours, give or take.
Okay.
And go ahead.
Also, question: am I able to use my Vigilant Blessing class feature in this cell, or is that also blocked out?
You can, because it is a class feature. It is not considered a spell.
Cool. I would like to use that on myself.
Okay, cool. Okay, so first of all, Trent.
Sir.
Aside from your buddy the spider that has kind of been chilling out in the cell, you have also found a little strand about 5 feet long of silk rope that you were just kind of able to squirrel away while you're cleaning up and coiling other ropes or stacking pots. Adon, during your cleaning stint, you were actually stationed in the armory, and you were cleaning up around there underneath the guard barracks. And along with seeing what looks to be a very familiar pile of stuff in one corner of the room, some of which you recognize as items that you were wearing, you were also able to find a vial of what looks like poison that you were able to stash away.
Okay.
So you can mark down that you have 1 vial of drow poison. And better, as you were cleaning up around the lift area, you found what looks to be a bloody, semi-sharpened stone chip. The blood is kinda sorta dry.
I think that's what did in our poor prince.
Yeah, like kind of sort of dry. I can tell it was fresh within the past
Day.
couple hours.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
And
So,
that was by the lift, you said?
by the lift, yeah.
I'm still heartbroken that Prince Darrentel is dead. Killing me.
All right. As you are ushered back into your cell, Jorlin walks on by the cell, right around where the guard chain should be, and says, "All right, prisoners, time to bed down for the night. You all have been miserable as usual, so I want to see a better performance tomorrow." And he is purposely emphasizing his voice to make it echo in this jail cell. That, coupled with the waterfall, would make it very hard for anyone to hear the click of the lock on the jail cell. Turns and And it's right around then that you hear this ear-splitting screech that echoes throughout the entire cabin, not just your jail cell. And you can see that the door is slightly open now, but no one's really paying attention to it. As you can see, there are 5 flying, buzzing, gigantic, mind-alteringly horrific things that are flying in the sky that are attacking one another. One of them looks like this misshapen harpy that's got this really long neck and kind of like the head of an avian head of some kind, with this fat bulbous body that's flying around. You have 2 of those, and then you have 3 of another type of creature. It looks like this man mixed with a mosquito, with this giant body and this long proboscis, and they're going at it, and they're flying, and they're crashing into each other, and all the drow here are going nuts. They're all shouting for battle stations, and they're getting weapons, and everyone is distracted. What are you doing?
I turn to everyone and say, I don't know how Jorlin did it, but this is a hell of a distraction. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll open
I
the
think get much
gate.
better than this.
Okay. All right.
Wait, where's the guy that always betting?
Jim Jar. As soon as the screeching started, he had opened the door and he had bolted out, and he went straight for the armory.
I think I saw our stuff there where he's headed. We should probably head after him.
Right?
Okay.
At least my stuff. I don't know what your stuff looks like, but there's a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Aldana's going to the army. Trent, Trilvello, Feder, what are you doing?
Same. Heading straight
Armory.
for the stuff.
Yeah, I would also follow to the armory.
Okay. Trent, armory.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you all go in, you can see that there are some guards there, but they are currently getting their weapons, and you can see Jim Jar just like barrel check right into one of them that knocks the other one down, and he's just sitting on top of them, like jumping up and down. Go 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 go. So it is a bit of a it's a difficult climb to get down because it's a rope ladder. So I need everyone to make me an acrobatics check to get down. Otherwise, you're going to be falling and taking some damage.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh man, buddy.
Trivello, is there a way that I can tumble down and help Trivello not to break his neck?
You try to get ahead of Trivello, but not quite in time, as you fall down and kind of land hard and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's me taking the damage, right?
I'm sorry?
That's me taking the damage?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
However, you didn't land prone, so you're still able to go. And in here, there are some things.
These old knees of mine. Oof. Kind of like limping to the piles of swords and stuff. Just as you're looking stuff up, as we run out, I've got 1 more bardic inspiration left. Unfortunately, I don't get them back on a short rest yet. I'm gonna throw my bardic inspiration. Who do I give it to? I want to give it to them as we're escaping. I don't think I would wait until I see who's hurting the most. I would give it to Adon. We're friends from the outside.
Cool.
So I think I'll just say, all right, Adon.
Big guy.
A bold warrior may
Big
be
guy.
lucky. No warrior may be lucky unless he is bold. So you have
Okay.
bardic inspiration.
So while you're in here, just glancing around really quickly, you see there are mannequins with chain shirts, there are studded leather armors, there are shields, there are hand crossbows, there are crossbow bolts, short swords, looks to be bags of caltrops, long coils of silken ropes, some hammers, and some pitons, along with a pile of stuff that contains everything that you started your adventure with. You have enough time to grab either the equipment that you started with, or two things off of the list that I just mentioned.
Cool.
So if you'd
go
like,
with
I can
my starting.
transcribe this list.
Trovello, for what it's worth, is going to take his items.
Okay.
Also, Stefan, are we manacled when we're put in our cage? Are we manacled still?
You are. So you're still like this, but it's not attached to your neck, and they never reattach your legs.
Okay. Gotcha.
So your hands are still kind of doing the thing, but you still have most of your mobility.
Sure. Okay.
So let's. Okay, so Travello, you're taking your gear.
Yes.
Adon,
My gear.
gear. Trent,
Gear plus the ropes.
you don't have enough. You don't have enough time. You can either get your gear. Oh, okay. Never mind. You have ropes. Cool. And Zach, Fetter.
Definitely my stuff.
Okay, great. All right, so as you grab your things and just kind of you have enough time to gather all the stuff, not enough time to put anything on, but enough time to gather it up and climb up this ladder. How are you getting down?
Well,
You could see that these things are still battling above, and the screeches are ear splitting, and it's taking everything in your power not to just like go down into the fetal position. Like, it's nuts.
seeing that sickly Quaggoth get consumed by something in the water, I'm not super keen on jumping into the water anymore. I think I turn to everyone and I say, shall we give the lifts a shot while everyone's fighting?
Yeah.
Sareth rejoins you as you're coming off of the bridge, coming out of this stalactite, which is over here. And he says, you could jump. The webs would break or fall, but then you would have to deal with the spiders there. The lift would take too long.
Well, between a lift and a spider place, I suppose. Guess this is something to be done, and it's better to do it.
I thought you were the smart one.
I'm also the one that doesn't have enough time to take a lift. And,
Wait,
yeah.
I go. Then I throw the rope so you can go. That makes me smarter, right?
If
So
you
you
want,
throw a
if you want, I can jump down and take the rope. I can swim. I can see what is in the water.
Don't know if we want to be going in that water, from what I heard. Something a lot bigger than you in there, perhaps.
Okay,
Water
smart
is
man.
my nature.
You choose.
What
Who's
are you
jumping?
Just before we jump, do you guys think it's worth rolling the dice a bit and running around trying to get other supplies? I mean, Stefan, when you said we only had time to grab what we grabbed, what was the threat to the time for us?
What was the threat?
Yeah, what was like keeping it so that I couldn't like grab more caltrops and more like stuff?
It was Jim Jar jumping up and down on the guards before they
Right.
went down because they saw you go down.
Sure. Okay, so maybe we just don't have time.
Do I have my equipment?
Yes, you have your equipment. You don't have anything equipped yet. So you have your weapons. So those are easy enough to hold, but you still don't have your armor because you don't have enough time to put it on.
Sure.
You know what I'm gonna do, right?
Of course I know what you're going to do. You tell me what you're going to do.
Okay, so you the guy who touched people.
Oh, God.
Feather, right? Something like that.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, bless me, Father, because I'm about to sin. I just get my trusty whip. I run back to the armory and try to grab whatever I can and go back.
you're
Okay.
gonna-
All right. So you're gonna try to whip something.
I don't know what's in the way though.
All right. So the armory. So you. Yeah. So let me get you out of the cell so at least you can see more of what's going on here.
Hmm.
To find all your character tokens. 3 and one more. On the left, there it is. Okay. All right, now you should be able. Okay, so this is where the armory is, and Jim Jar.
I couldn't see you ping.
I didn't ping anything yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just straight across from us, right?
Okay.
That's what we've been told.
Yeah. So this is where the armory is.
Okay.
So Jim Jar is currently trying to restrain these guards by jumping up and down on them because they're both piled on top of each other, but they are quickly gaining the upper hand on him.
Yeah.
And so and the armory is one level below that. So there's a ladder that gets down to the armory.
Okay.
Wait, I thought we were in the armory.
So you had grabbed your stuff and you had started making your way back up. If you still want to
okay.
stay down there and risk Jim Jar being overtaken, you can.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
So Trent, what are you doing?
I think I understand, but I'm curious why Adan is so against me going back.
Probably because you'll be killed or knocked unconscious.
It's at this point that the guards get up and they take Jim Jar and they throw him out.
Throwing out our direction?
No, they throw him out of the stalactite and down.
Oh, like down to the like webs below, or?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, no.
So bye bye to the 10 gold coins.
I will hop after him. I think if there are spiders down there, it's best to take them on together.
Okay.
But you proceed to do what you will up on this level.
Okay, so
he's
yeah, go ahead.
gonna be with us anyways, right?
Yeah, so so right now it's the three of you, because Trovello, you left. So it's the three of you plus these two guards in here, and they are gathering their weapons and they're looking at you and they're looking outside and they're looking at you and they're looking outside and their first shot is to the things out. So they're prioritizing what's above them. You don't know how long that priority is going to last, though. What are you doing?
Well, I don't really see any options but to jump after him.
I think it's best we do not test our luck and follow suit.
All right, so Adon's jumping. Better's jumping. Travella's jumping. What's Trent doing?
Before I jump, can I see if I can like see Eldith back towards the gate or the cell?
Yeah. So Eldith has gotten out, and she had made her way towards the lift, and then realized that there was no way that she was going to be able to operate it by herself. So she's running back towards the waterfall.
If I can grab her attention before I jump, I'd like to just motion her to like come with us as I jump.
Yeah, absolutely. And you shout out and you quickly grab her attention, and you see her look towards you, look towards the waterfall, look towards you, look towards the waterfall, and she doesn't quite know what to do. And then out of the corner of her eye, she sees that among some of the stuff that you've picked up, she sees something. So she starts coming towards you. Trent, you said that you wanted to try to whip something else, right?
No, I was trying to rescue. I forget his name. The guy who was pumping on the guard, yes.
Yeah, Jim. Yeah,
Well,
so he
left,
was
he was
he
thrown
was
already.
he was apprehended by the guards and thrown out of the side down onto the webbing.
Okay. So I'm just gonna follow Fetter
Okay.
for now.
You see Eldith run onto the bridge and then look at the guards and then look down and then she runs into the armory. While you're down here, it's this really thick carpeting of webbing that's 20 feet below where you were, but it's not far enough down so that all the stalactites are above it. So it creates this nice ceiling that some of the stalactites protrude through, so no one can see what's above from the ground floor. So right now you're about 80-ish feet from the water down below, and the movements that you're making are going all throughout the webbing, and you can see this giant spider about 60 feet away from you crawl out of somewhere and lock eyes with all of you. So let's get you out onto the webbing over here. That, and then Jim Jar was thrown over here. So you're there now.
So the lost down. Oh.
And we are going to be rolling to see if she made it.
Another one of our number.
Okay.
To check in on all the others, is Ront, is Topsy Turvy, is Stool, is Shushar, is Sereth, is like joining us, or did they like run off to do their own thing?
So you could see from where you are to the waterfall that Shushar has kind of like grabbed a stool and jumped into the water and all the way down.
Alright.
You could see that Ront has followed suit. Sareth has jumped onto the webbing with all of you.
Okay.
So Stool is over there along with Shushar.
Redhead.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf, where is she?
She ran into the armory, and then you see a few moments later, she comes out with a warhammer in tow and jumps off.
Cool.
Ront jumped down. Prince Darendel is dead. And you don't see what happened to Bupido and Topsy and Turvy. So we will take them, because you don't know where they are or what they're doing.
We weren't all gonna make it out of this, probably.
We will. I trust in Adan's skills.
Okay. What are you doing? You jumping off? There's a spider that's very quickly making its way towards you.
Yeah, I'm trying to roll off of this web and fall into the water.
Okay. So it's easy enough to do. It's not so sticky that you can't move. So everyone, one by one, sploosh, 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 sploosh. As you are all making your way towards shore, nothing adversarial seems to get in your way, and you see over towards the waterfall that Shushar the Awakened is swimming with Stool very effectively. Very good swimmer, fish person. And Ron's right behind him, and then Ron stops swimming. And bloop, right under the water. As Shushar swims faster. So
It's the key.
yeah. So you see that Shushar and Stool and Sareth make it to the shore. Along with the rest of you. We're just gonna do one blanket.
Cool.
There, good. And right as you get onto dry land and you're like shaking off the water, and you are trying to get your bearings, one of the flying creatures that was wreaking havoc above falls out of the sky and crashes down right in front of you. This thing is massive. It is bleeding all over the place. It is shrieking. It has malice in his eyes. What do you guys do?
Run.
Okay.
Run away.
Okay,
It's
Travella's
sort of best to
running.
avoid it, I think.
Adon, you're running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it a wide berth.
Trent, are you going to engage or are you going to give it a wide berth?
I'm gonna stand between the monster and Trivelo.
Okay. Better. What are you doing?
I'm going to, as quickly as I am capable of, follow after Adon, but I'm going to keep my eyes back at
Okay.
what's going on back there.
All right. As it's flapping around a little bit, it looks at all of you, and then looks back up, and then flies back up. Okay. Wasn't sure if you guys were going to attack it or not. So now that you are down, and most everyone made it to shore, we're going to move here. Nope, the drow doesn't belong there. Okay. So now that everyone is here, you have a brief moment of reprieve. While everyone else is still above, they're still dealing with this, whatever it is, incursion. You have 3 directions in which you can go. You can go north, west, or south.
Do any of the Underdark residents have a clue of which way would behoove us best?
Sareth speaks up.
Yeah.
I know that going north eventually will lead us to Menzoberranzan. Don't want to go that way. I suggest we go south. That is where the
Far away
that is where the
Menzoberranzan
little one
as we can get.
that is where the little one says his home is.
Stool? Yeah.
Affirmative. Neverlight Grove is south, I think.
You're the only one who's described their home as a safe haven, so fine to me.
Shushar speaks up. Well, this is an option. I know that the Dark Lake is relatively close, as is my home of Sloop. We can provide you shelter there and boats to get across the Dark Lake.
Which direction would that be?
West.
West, okay.
Towards the bad place as well.
Bad place is north.
Oh, sorry.
Menzoberranzan is north. Sloop is west. Neverlight Grove, south.
Trovella likes the sound of Neverlight Grove. What does the rest of the party think?
Sure.
Yeah, we managed to get our stuff, which means, we have stuff, and I feel like if we didn't have stuff, we would have had to go to Sloop, because they probably have better stuff than the fungus place, but I'm down with the fungus place.
Yeah.
Got some fungus among us. All right.
Trent, any thoughts?
Do we really trust this fungus? I mean, he was
As far
very
as we can
good.
throw him.
Which is actually pretty far.
Bubido speaks up. You know, he is letting us talk. I mean, I don't speak common, and you can understand me.
He has been very forthcoming with his feelings and his thoughts. Maybe he has to. It isn't clear.
Clarification.
But
I am an it. I am not a he.
Right, of course. It has been very forthcoming with its emotions and thoughts. I'll pull the player characters aside and say, "Look, I don't know what you know about the Kuatoa, but most of them are absolutely crazy. So I don't know if I'm good to go to their city. I mean, Shusha seems wonderful so far, but typically they're insane."
Fair enough. Never met any.
I'm admittedly a bit concerned that larger fungus creatures may see us as food, but Stool seems kind enough, I suppose.
Hopefully it can vouch for us. South we go. Any who like to join us, feel free. Shusha, will you be heading west or traveling with us?
I will be perfectly happy joining you on your trek. I have no need to go home immediately. Plus, bigger numbers, higher chance of survival.
Agreed.
Also,
Fair enough.
I don't fight.
Before we go anywhere, Trivalo, I'm going with you. Just want to make sure that you know that you're paying my drinks.
Well, why does that have to be the fact? I don't even know your name, sir.
Right now, he's thirsty. But all I'm saying is I'm going to a place of whatever you're choosing. You have to pay my drinks.
I'll like kind of stand up a little bit and I'll be like, "You're asking an awful lot. You seem like someone who can put away quite a few drinks, and I'm quite skint at the moment." I pull out the one like worthwhile stone that I have. You're welcome to travel in any direction you wish. You don't need to follow my advice just to get a drink on my tab.
Develop. You are paying my drinks.
We'll see about that the next time we get to a bar.
Thank you, though. Thank you.
I will bet
So-
you all the drinks that Travello has to buy for you that I can outdrink you.
Well, you owe me 10 gold pieces, so shut up.
I mean,
You still owe me 10 gold pieces. You're out of the jail, right? With me.
technically I didn't get it. He got it.
Well, you're alive, right?
Yep.
Can I break your neck? The answer is yes. So it's thanks to me that you're standing here. Right? 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 But
You
better where we
you
going.
are a very strange person, whoever you are. And then Stool pipes up. Matter of fact, its name is Trent.
Finally, we're making some connections. Thank you, Stool. Let's get out of here. Who knows when those horrible bird things will return?
Okay. And southward you go. And as you begin your trek, first things first. Now that you are officially out of that, I would like everyone here to please make me a wisdom saving throw. This is the first time you've really seen something quite as disconcerting as what just happened here in the Underdark. Madness
Whoa.
prevails. But right now, you're all fine. For now. And as you continue on and trek on, it is not an easy path, nor is it a straight one. There are stalagmites and bits of gravel and caverns that twist and turn every which way every 20 feet. There are an endless amount of labyrinthine tunnels that you are traveling through. Sareth seems to have a pretty clear indication as to where he's going. And no one seems to have questioned him thus far. Whether it's his innate knowledge of the Underdark from being a drow or some other knowledge, you're not sure. But travel on you do. And at the end of the first day, things start to get a little clearer as you realize just what predicament you're in. Sure, you have your gear. You're tired, hungry, thirsty. You don't know what day it is. You don't know if it's even day. Winds are going nuts. We're all starting to drag just a little bit. Unless otherwise noted, I'm going to be telling you what happens on certain days. You are welcome to interject with any kind of conversation or interactions you'd like to have otherwise. Also, because we are no longer in the prison, I'm going to be giving you all tasks. Each of you is going to be in charge of 2 NPCs. You're going to be telling me what they're doing. You're going to be telling me how they interact, what they do, how they get along with the rest of the group, with the knowledge that I can override whatever you say at any time. Takes a little bit of the burden off of me, gives you guys some more creative freedom as to what goes on in your travels. I'll leave this up to you guys. Who would like to tell me what Bupido is doing?
I feel like he and I had a connection.
All right, write him down. Who is telling me what Eldith is doing?
I came to jail with her. I'll keep up.
All right,
our
write her down.
relationship.
Who is telling me what Jimjar is doing? No one wants.
Oh,
I'll
Sure.
take Jim.
Okay, write Jimjar down. Who's telling me what Sareth Zakarit is doing?
all right. I can do that.
Okay, Adon, write him down. Who's telling me what Shushar the Awakened is doing?
I would love to be in charge of Shushar.
Okay. Who's telling me what Stool is doing?
I can do that.
Okay. Which means, Trent, you are in charge of Topsy and Turvy. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to tell me everything they do. Oh, he walked 3 paces and he picked up a rock. But anything that you feel as though you want to interject with what these characters might be doing, let me know. So by the second day of your travel, you have gone without food, gone without water, traveling for a long time. Everyone please take a point of exhaustion.
I did wish to ask, while we're making our way wherever it is we're going, can I try to keep an eye out for some of the mushrooms and stuff I'm familiar with from the...
Absolutely. So that is going to be foraging. So also, how fast are you guys traveling? Are you trying to get the heck out of Dodge? Are you traveling at a normal pace? Are you trying to be stealthy? What are you doing?
Stool, how far is it to our destination?
Concerned. I don't know. I am as lost as you are.
All right. I'm open to opinions, but I don't think we want to be. I think we need to conserve our energy, but we can't be going too slow. There might be people following us, but we don't know. We can't sprint because we don't know how far away we are.
What if you stay and I go and come back and have a drink.
Where on earth are you going to get a drink in the middle of the Underdark?
Your problem, not mine. I just go there, check, come back.
Why would it be my problem?
Sareth turns to you all. From what my recollection is, Everlight Grove is approximately a month's travel.
Oh boy.
What? You know how many drinks I will need by that time, Chivalo?
Is Trent back? Because I'm not getting his video.
He is.
He is,
Okay.
yeah.
And then give me 1 sec.
My instinct on certainly our first day would be to travel fast to get away from Velkenvelve.
Okay. Just know that
then-
if you're traveling at a fast pace, you are not going to have any time to forage anything.
Oh, I don't know.
And you are
So
going to be
part-
at a disadvantage if you are looking out for any ambushes or traps or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're welcome to. Just, I want everyone to know what's on the table. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I would. My instinct is get away from Velkenvelve as fast as we can, and then we can slow down and forage and stuff. I don't know if people are in agreement with that.
It sounds fine. I just don't want to push us too hard when we've got such a long journey in front of us.
Sure. Well, yeah, I would think it would just be for a day.
For the day, yes, absolutely.
You're shaking your head though.
No, that's good.
Okay. All right, so you travel at a fast pace for the first day. So you get a decent distance away from Velkenvelve. However, because the terrain is so difficult and so unwelcoming to anybody that's traveling through, between the constant gravel and the dips in the ground and the splits all throughout, it is a very difficult 8 miles that you are able to travel for the day. During that travel, you do see the flip side to being down here, though. While it is awful and none of you wish to be here, you are starting to understand why some people want to live down here. There have been patches of this dimly glowing blue-green bioluminescent something or another that happened to be on the ceiling at one point that was reminiscent of a starry sky that you went under. There were other times when you passed this gigantic ore vein that, by all accounts, seems to be adamantine. There were these wonderful crystal croppings that you passed, these giant geodes that were the size of Kogoths or bigger. You have to run past all of them, but you are accounting for, okay, there is more than just dirt and rock and despair down in this land of knows where. So that was the first, it's fast paced on the first day. The second day, you're kind of slowing it down a little bit.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get food and stuff.
Okay, so during the second day of travel, why doesn't somebody roll me a survival check, please?
Did you say?
I'll go for it.
Did you say we need to take exhaustion?
Yes. After
Is
the
it
first
one
day,
so far?
it's just 1 point of exhaustion so far.
Okay.
After a long, hard day's worth of travel with no food or water. Okay, so 22. Okay, so you are able to find a decent amount of mushrooms as you were looking out for. These are some unique species of mushrooms, though, however. Here we go. So, among these, you find what are known as these, well, find these large cask-shaped fungus. You find 2 of them. They're gigantic. Roll me a nature check. Or anybody can who is near. I assume you called people.
I'm trained in nature. So this would be at a disadvantage because we're
Right. Or
Also-
if somebody's helping you, straight roll.
okay. I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll have a Shushar give me advantage. He seems like he
Excellent.
doesn't fight.
Perfect. Hey, look at
Ooh.
that. So, with Shushar's help, you're able to identify this as something that's called a barrel stalk. And barrel stalks are highly coveted down here, as he informs you, because barrel stalks are almost designed to be able to contain water, and once they are drained of water, the inside of the stalk is edible. So, roll me 2d4 and 2d6, please.
Sticking with me for that? Okay.
No, yeah, okay, all right, that's fine. And
I was gonna roll the 2d6. I got very bad.
yeah, Feder, roll me the 2d6, since technically you're the one that found it. Okay. So, between the barrel stalks, you have found 10 gallons of water and 13 pounds of food. Now, that is for...
But
What was the D6 for?
no, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Just-
All right, no worries. Now, granted, that is for everyone. So,
What do we consider a ration?
generally, it's 2 gallons of water per person. And I think we're just to make the math easy, 2 gallons of water, 2 pounds of food per person. However, that's not the only thing that you found. You also found another mushroom that is, by all accounts, it's a tree. But it doesn't look like a tree, it looks like a mushroom. But as you touch it and you run your hand down it, it feels like bark. And Shushar identifies this as something called zirkwood, which is a mushroom that the way it grows, it hardens in such a way that it resembles almost identically wood. And as you take a closer look, you realize this is a lot of what the tableware and furniture was made out of Velkenvelve. So you do find... Dang it. I'll get it eventually. There we go. You do find, or you're able to harvest 5 pounds of zirkwood, the bark of which is also edible.
So does that count as 5 pounds of food, or?
Yes. Yeah, so you have basically craftable food, or food that can be crafted. into something else. Take a 2x6, take a bite out of it.
And you said a person lives on per day 2 gallons of water and how many pounds of food?
2 pounds of food.
2 pounds of food.
If you go less but still consume, you'd have to roll to see if you get a point of exhaustion or not.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
Does any in our number have different rules? Is Stool consuming as much as the rest of us?
Stool seems to only need water.
Okay.
Everyone else needs food though.
Gotcha. So we're going to need 24 gallons of water every day and 22 pounds of food if we want to live luxuriously.
Alright.
How many of us are there? 13?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12. Looks like. They miscount.
And those barrel stocks, can they each hold 5 gallons of water, or are they not full?
It's
¿Me llenas el mío, por favor?
so the first barrel stock held 8 gallons of water. The second one held 5. So in mechanic terms, each one holds 1d6 plus 4 gallons.
I'm just wondering, like, for the sake of potentially refilling them.
Sure, and they can be refilled. However, it's additional equipment that you have to carry.
Or magic has to be cast.
Or magic has to be cast. You have at least food and water, mostly for the day. By the third day, all that has been exhausted. However, go. As you are traversing your way through this maddening, endless slew of tunnels, trying to find some point of refuge or civilization or anything. Hey, I did it right. Adon, as you're walking,
Yes.
The ground buckles under your weight just a little bit, and this steam vent blows directly up into you, shooting you flying upwards, and then come crashing back down. You were flying up 20 feet. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage on the way back down.
Oh, lordy.
I am unconscious.
I'll immediately run to his side and cast. So days have passed, so my spells will be back.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
As you're doing
immediately-
that, though,
Yeah.
give me a minute to organize everyone over here.
Gracias.
Okay.
Where is everyone? I don't know. Oh, okay. Copy and paste. So as you go over and you start healing him magically or otherwise, you hear a voice. Hey, you hear that? And it's kind of it echoes, so you're not quite sure where it's coming from. And you start to hear footsteps. Again, not sure where they're coming from, but you hear them. What are you guys doing?
First, I bring Adon back up with only 3 healing. Sorry.
That's okay. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oof. Ow. Watch out for floor.
The voices that we're hearing, are we able to tell the language, or is it coming through the sort of filter that that Stool has given us?
You can tell it's not coming through the filter because every time you hear something that's being translated, there's this like almost imperceptible like buzz, kind of like feedback, almost. You don't get that with this. This is common.
Okay.
And as your companions are kind of looking around, trying to figure out what's going on and what's happening, see the you see somebody. In fact, I bring you over here so you. What's happening? Ooh, look, a new map.
Check this
See
out.
somebody poke their head out right over there. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Not from my vantage point. There, now I can see them.
Okay. And who are you?
Well, we're escaped prisoners from Velkenvelve. Coming to peace. What?
Falcon
You
what?
have a drink. Probably fine.
Falcon what?
Velkenvelve? The drow have tried to take us prisoners, but we've absconded.
Pero ven acá.
Uh-huh.
Mira.
There are a lot of you.
Fellow, we gotta talk about your subtlety.
Extending a hand of friendship. We'd find ourselves in dire straits. Yes, we were lucky to escape with our lives. Terrible vulture birds of some sort attacked their outpost. Once again, I ask, who are you?
Vulture birds?
Something like that.
Hey, you know what a vulture bird is? I don't know. Uh-huh. Right. And where are you going exactly?
Get some drinks. You know where?
We've been looking. We've been stuck down here for the past week. Got lost. Can't figure out a way back up.
So you don't have anything to drink?
I wish. Finished our rations the other day.
So you have no rations.
All we got is one little water orb. That's it.
Where do you hail from?
Can I pull Trivello? Like, hey, come on. Don't say anything. They don't have anything to drink. They must be sober by now. You don't want that.
Are you not? It's been so long.
Well, I told you. I'm gonna be behind you anyways. But never trust a sober person.
Everyone here is sober.
The guy that you're talking to pipes up. We come from Greenest.
Greenest. Is that above ground or here in the Underdark?
It's above ground.
Have we ever heard of that?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Adon.
Yeah, it's a town on the southern end of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
Not very big.
Human? Or X?
I'm sorry?
Is it a human town?
Mostly.
Okay.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. I know nothing.
It's a town on the southern coast, southern part of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
were trying to escape the Underdark ultimately. Right now, we're simply looking for a safe haven. Sounds that you don't have any clues as to where one might be either.
We just set up camp in some little alcove over here. That's it. Shut up! Sorry.
See?
Can I do
Cover
a
people.
insight check, see if this guy's feeding me some lies or something?
An insight check.
It's not my best skill. I'm more of a talker than a listener. Oh, at disadvantage, right? We're still
Yeah.
exhausted. So I'll do a second one.
Which is ironic considering who you are.
All right, so 15.
15, okay. It seems like this guy is all too excited to talk to somebody, so he is like, he's just talking, he's excited, he's not really thinking about what he's saying. So
Sure.
it's unlikely that he's lying to you.
Okay. Travello, honestly, same position. Just, I'm so tired of these fools. Ready to talk to some above grounders.
Okay. Well,
You've been in the area for a week now?
yeah. There he is. And then you see that one of the other ones comes out and kind of pulls him behind and then goes in front. This guy looks to be he seems to hold himself a little more prominently. He seems to be the guy that's kind of taking charge here. Listen, are you going to attack us?
Heavens no! Why would we do such a thing?
You understand where we are, right?
Only thought of, honestly. I know we're in the Underdark.
Right. Well,
Are you going to attack us?
we were thinking about it. You're a lot.
Yes, well, we certainly outnumber you.
Frankly, we don't have the energy to. We're running out of supplies. All we got is this one little water orb left. And you can see that he's holding this like it's like yellowish I think it's a fungus. It kind of looks like a sea sponge. Kind of looks like coral with the amount of like holes that are going through it, but it you can see that like he's compressing it a little bit as though it has kind of like a spongy texture to it. And it got a lot of water left in it.
I speak quietly to my fellow travelers. Should we bring them along if they want to? It's better numbers, but more mouths to feed. I feel bad leaving them here.
I'm of the same mind. I think that we should extend our assistance to those in need. Even though this one seemed a little shady, did say he wanted to attack us.
Are we gonna have enough drinks for us, though?
Bupido pipes up. You know, if we ended up going to Gracklestug, it is a city of dwarves, and we all know what dwarves like to do. The answer is drink. They like to drink a lot.
No, I think we understood, Bupido. Thank you.
Listen, why don't we take these fools along with us? Better numbers. It'll get us safely to... better numbers or whatever you humans say.
Well, yeah, I'll turn to the guy and I'll say, look, we haven't really got a lead on how to ascend out of the Underdark yet, but a little stool here with the help of Sareth are taking us to the Neverlight Grove, where there is some safety to be had. You promise not to cause trouble. We could form sort of a caravan.
Make me a persuasion check
Sure.
with disadvantage.
Yep.
Would I? Never mind. I was going to ask if I'd have time to guidance him for that one, but
Oh, I see. All right. So he kind of looks back at his guys and back at you guys. I tell you what. Why don't we set up camp for the night? And then whenever we wake up, we can decide what we're gonna do from there. Sound fair?
Are
Is it
we
about-
reaching like camp time for ourselves?
You've been tracking for you're not sure how long, but you're tired.
Sure.
Maybe a couple of us can go scouting out ahead a little bit, look for some food or something.
What do the rest of you say? To our group.
Well, you have to pay the drinks, remember that. And there's a lot of people to be drinking now.
So now I'm paying for everyone, not just you.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of drinks.
Travello takes a walk.
Look, at this point,
Sometimes exhaustion's getting to me.
at this point, if we went off without them, we'd have to be watching our backs. Might as well watch them here, I think.
I'm admittedly a little suspicious of their intentions having us camp with them so soon after we have met, but as long as we keep people awake on watch, I think we should be fine.
Agreed.
Okay, then it's settled. We'll bunker down here for the night. Morning. Well, morning. Whatever that means down here. We'll continue on either our separate ways or together once we've had a hopefully good night's rest. Hopefully these dreams won't ravish us again.
Oh, you're getting those too.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. Ladies and germs, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Mr. Trent, the drunkard living up to his name. I'm enjoying your adamance of making sure Travello make sure that you don't stay sober for very long. So, ladies and germs,
It's more like Trent trying to tell the importance of numbers, but seems I don't know how to talk properly.
hey, you're getting something across. But until next week, we have time to think about how the dreams are affecting more than just you guys. We're going to think about what we're going to be doing. I'm going to think about other ways to kill you. Make sure you survive the Underdark in pleasant and sunny frou-frou ways. Ladies and germs, see you next week.